So today we are on a 2015 Yamaha FZ-07. I just wanted to say that I really like this bike. I honestly think that the Yamaha FZ-07 is a far better alternative to a Yamaha R6, and here's why. Number one is that they are super affordable motorcycles. So these bikes, they MSRP for around $7,600 brand new, and when you compare them to most brand new 600cc sport bikes, they're right around $3,000 cheaper. So my second reason is that these bikes are far more comfortable than any sport bike. I mean, obviously they're an upright motorcycle, so just in general, the riding position is far more comfortable than any sport bike or any bike with clip-ons. So it's definitely a better everyday rider than an R6. So you can go on longer distances, and definitely your back is not going to be hurting as much. I can't promise that your butt won't hurt because the stock seat on this bike really isn't that good, but I just feel like a lot of people automatically just lean towards getting an R6 without even considering an FZ-07. Like, they just sound so mean. Definitely like a great bike regardless of your skill level. Whether you're an intermediate type rider or even a beginner, I mean, it pretty much fits anyone aesthetically and regardless of your experience. I mean, all around, it's a very fun motorcycle to ride. Because these bikes are a parallel twin, they're super torquey down low, and it's a great bike if you want to get into doing wheelies and doing all the stunts and stuff. There's definitely a plethora of aftermarket parts for these bikes. So there's quite a large variety of aftermarket exhaust systems, suspension, bars, risers, all the accessories you could ever want to do. Like, I mean, you could really deck these things out. Let me get into some things that I dislike about this bike. Number one is the stock suspension needs a lot to be desired. And what do I mean by that? It's way too soft. So these bikes come with a more standard or conventional style front fork. And if you look at a lot of sport bikes, they have upside down forks, otherwise known as inverted forks. I don't know if that has something to do with why the front suspension is so soft. My guess would be that inverted forks are just naturally stiffer than these style forks. But yeah, the front suspension is just way too soft. But a good alternative to that is a lot of companies sell like aftermarket drop-in fork cartridges that would probably solve that no problem. So my number two complaint is that the brakes definitely aren't that good. The front brakes in particular are pretty spongy. When you put it next to the fact that these bikes have super soft front suspension, you really notice how not that good the front brakes are in high-speed braking circumstances. This turn signal switch right here is the most cheapest piece of shit you will ever lay your thumb on. This is the bike where you're really gonna forget that the blinker's been on for miles. Like, this thing sucks. So a key takeaway is this: if you need the speed and the handling right from the box, I think the Yamaha R6 is a better bike for you. I mean, the R6 is a great bike in general. Like, there is a reason why they've been making it so long, is because it sells, and that means a lot of people like them. But I think the FZ-07 is definitely a better bike if you're looking for a more cost-efficient, comfortable, everyday rider that you can have a lot of fun on. And I gotta say, I have a ZX-10, and 9 times out of 10, I find myself throwing a leg over this bike instead of my ZX-10. And that's because these bikes, you can really have a lot of fun on them. The power is so usable on this thing. I mean, you can really go all out on this thing pretty much anywhere. I love the rev limiter on this thing, and not even that, paired with the M4 exhaust, it honestly just Like, you can really ride these things like a maniac.